Hey guys, Lynton here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about why niching or niching is the most important foundation to a successful online trainer, online fitness coach, or an online coach in any aspect. Now, niching or niching, I'm going to refer it to as niching, depending on what country or part of the world is, it comes down to your pronunciation. But niching is a critical aspect. The reason being is there are 7.6 billion people in the world. If you go out there and you are trying to be a generalist trainer, you're trying to go out there and say, hey, who wants an online coach? You will not stand out. You will not stand out through the crowd. You will not cut through the noise. And as a result, you will not get noticed and you will not get anyone coming towards you. Secondly, if you do not niche, and you are a generalist trainer versus a specialist trainer, clients will see you as a dime a dozen. And if you were to go out there in the world and say, hey guys, I'm an online trainer, who wants to be trained by me? There's already 100 of people doing the exact same thing. And so as a result, the client is going to price shop. So the client will PM you or email you and say, hey, looking for an online trainer. What are your prices? But they're also going to shoot that email out to 50 or 100 other people. And realistically, all they're going to do is just try and make you all fight over that one person, reducing your prices again and again and again and again until they just pick the cheapest person, or they end up just going with no one because they decided something they're not looking to do and they weren't that interested in the first place. And this is the most frustrating things I find most business owners fall into this trap, is being price shocked. Now, if you are unique, if you niche down, if you're a specialist, you have less competition. You will not be price shopped, because rather than someone just going, well, I'm just going to go to a generalist trainer, anyone who can tell me how to lift some weights or whatever it might be. If you have someone who's like, well, I'm a mother, I've just had 3 kids and I'm looking to get back in shape. I know, I went to a gym down the road and I got trained by an 18-year-old kid, guy, and he didn't really know what to do, and he just had me doing burpees all day long, and to tell you the truth, my legs just got chunkier and I didn't lose any weight or whatever it might be, and I gave up after a couple of weeks. The problem there is they found a generalist trainer and they have a bad memory, they have a bad experience of that generalist trainer. Now, what are they going to do? If they still want to get results, they're going to leave that person, but then they're going to try and find someone who truly understands them, their needs, and how to get them the result they want. So what are they going to do? They're going to ask some of their friends that are probably similar to them. They're going to go online, start researching to find people who are similar. They might go into a group, they might go into a forum of people similar to them and ask, hey, I've got this problem. Has anyone had a great trainer, online trainer, that has helped specifically with this problem? And as a result, if that was your niche, if you were one of 10 trainers in the world who, or 100 trainers in the world that were in that niche, all of a sudden you're going to get someone researching you. They're going to start chasing you. They're going to reach out to you because they see you as a specialist. And they're going to see the previous trainers as a generalist who failed them. They're going to see you as an expert who can actually succeed and help them. And as a result, they're going to be happy to pay whatever prices. They've had that pain and failure. They want a result badly. They've done that. They're now doing their research and going to do it right. Of course, they're going to pay whatever prices are required. And the analogy I like to give, the easy analogy I like to give that everyone understands, is doctors. Now, you've got generalist practitioners, GPs. Generalist practitioners are what a general family doctor is. The type of person you go to when you've got a cold, and you've got sniffles, when you need a flu injection, when you've got a headache, when you've got a sore foot, when you've got an earache, whatever it might be, because they are a generalist. They know a little about a lot. But unfortunately, the way it is these days is those people don't earn much money. They're a dime a dozen. They're the doctors you see crammed into those medical clinics that have 20, 30 people just lining up, waiting to going for 5 minutes, going for 10 minutes, ask a question, out the door, get in the next person. And these people, unfortunately, these general practitioners are not highly paid. They work extremely long hours, and it is just a churn and burn, churn and burn. On the flip side, you've got specialist doctors, generalists, practitioners, then you've got specialists, and they're people like heart surgeons, brain specialists. I had foot surgery, and who did I go and see? Because it was a sports-related injury, I sought out the best foot specialist, best sports foot specialist possible. And I went far and wide. I traveled to a completely different hospital, very far away from my home, to get this specialist to work on my foot. I waited on the waiting list for 3 months, even though I could have gotten in the next week with someone else. The reason why? They were a specialist in the specific injury I had. I sought them out, I researched them, I sat in the waiting line for months, and I went and paid their high prices. It's just an awesome example of what people do for specialists versus generalists. Now, niching, coming back to that. By niching, you're becoming a specialist. How do you niche, you might be asking? Well, what you want to do is you want to think about what skill sets you have, what passions you have, and who you've been able to help in the past. These 3 things will generally be or circle around kind of your quadrant of circling around where your ideal niche would be. And you might be thinking, well, cool, I've that is quite general, Chris. How could I break that down into a level? So what you want to do, guys, ideally, is ask yourself, who could you get 2 or 3 testimonials off today? Who have you already got 2 or 3 testimonials off at the moment, or more? Look at those testimonials, look at the people that you could get a testimonial from, and ask yourself, okay, is there general categories that these people are falling into? Like, are they generally females? Are they generally males? Are they generally this age? Are they generally looking to get this type of result? From there, that'll give you some insight into where you are a specialist, where you have specialist knowledge slightly more than the average trainer, and because you've been able to help these people get a result, and time again, you're generally finding you get your best results with this type of person. Now, some of you might have a range, a broad spectrum of that. The next level to go down is go through what is your passion, or also think about where do you fit? Could you be your niche? Have you walked a path? Have you, for example, are you a skinny guy who's packed on lean muscle even though you have a small frame? And it took you years and you tried and tested and you've been able to do it. Well, lo and behold, you're going to attract those type of people towards you. You're going to attract who you used to be versus and who wants to be where you are now. There's no better testimonial than your own personal journey. So think about that as well. So your skill sets, your area of passion, and who you've helped before. All of these things leave clues. Now think about them, spend 5 or so minutes, think about them, and as a result, you're gonna get a good understanding of what your ideal niche is. Generally, from doing that exercise, there is much more detailed exercises we take our students and clients through, but top level, generally from doing this, you should have around about 2 ideas, 2 paths that you could go down. And ideally, if you're at that stage, what I'd recommend is shoot us through an email, info@tribefit.co, info@tribefit.co. Shoot us through an email, ask us the question, get our thoughts on ideally, a little bit of background on yourself, and ideally which niche that we are finding out of the 2, A, would suit you best, but B, is performing the best in the market right now. So if that makes sense, and if you'd like that help, make sure you do that. Feel free to do that. More than happy to help and give that clarity. And then literally from there, once you have that strong foundation, you go to the next level. That's it from me. Bye for now.